Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And don't you just love it when the SNP get themselves so tied up in knots with policy that none of them know what the policy is, what they should be supporting, what they're saying, or how to answer simple questions. And Alison Thewliss has done this to herself. She has gone on record and saying that at one point she supported children's safety. Now she's been asked if she accepts the Cass report. And then she's saying, well, I don't have a science degree. And now she's going that the official party line with the Greens is to deny that it's real. But she's supporting it because Humza Yousaf has indicated she should support it, even though there's people in her own party who say it shouldn't be treated this way. But she still agrees with the gender affirmation rules of the party. Not. Woman hasn't got a clue what she's saying, hasn't got a clue what opinion she should have. Ideally, her own, but this is the SNP. You're supposed to have the opinion that you're told to have. There's no room for free thought in a monolithic National Socialist Party. I was going to say the little word, can't say it, too early in the video. Let's have a look at what Thewliss has done and how tight the knots are in her tongue. Here goes. A good rule for politicians is to mean what you say and say what you mean. The trouble with the SNP is none of them are allowed to have individual thought. This was something Fergus Ewing brought up recently. He's saying you must all think the same as the leader. If you do not think as the leader thinks, then you are cast out. It is a cult, not allowed to have any view other than what the leader tells you to have. And when you have that, then it is just an awful situation. Now, Alison Thewliss has found herself in this problem. She's the Home Affairs spokeswoman, and she doesn't know how to address the problem of the Cass report. So Alison Thewliss refuses to say if she accepts the Cass report or not, and defends the deal with the science-denying Greens. So she's saying, well, I know the leader said that okay, we'll accept it and that they've banned puberty blockers and we're going to take a look at it. We know the Greens don't like it and they want to reject it, and I don't know what to do because I'm an incredibly stupid woman. The SNP Home Affairs spokeswoman and moron at Westminster struggled when put on the spot during an interview with Good Morning Scotland. Just look at the face. She doesn't look bright, does she? There's not much there. And they've got that open mouth wokery thing. Hey, like that. See him all the time like that because, oh God, morons. Alison Clueless has refused to say whether she accepts the findings of the Cass review, which has questioned the use of puberty blockers in children. The SNP's Westminster's Home Affairs spokeswoman also said it was for others to decide if the Scottish Greens were science deniers. Well, yes, we are. We are saying they're denying science because it's reality. You know, Harvey's gone, I mentioned this earlier in a video today, Harvey's going, oh, well, there's so many questions, so many people have moaned about it, so many people have questioned it. Yes, but only morons, extremists and people like you, Harvey. Not real people, not scientists. It's had peer review, it's fine. There's not one expert that's disagreeing with it. It follows the SNP Coalition Partners co-leader Patrick Harvey questioning the Cass review. The report was commissioned by NHS England in 2020, with Dr Hilary Cass publishing her findings earlier this month. 3.5 years, 400 pages nearly, expert opinion by a professor of paediatric medicine, based on factual evidence, factual statistics, based on interviewing real people, based in reality, not opinion. And no one can question it if they've got the merest modicum of intelligence or scientific training. If, however, you are a moron with extremist tendencies who absolutely loves the idea of sterilising children en masse and turning little boys much more feminised for your own personal gain, then yeah, of course you're going to criticise it. Aren't you, Harvey? Its recommendations were endorsed by the NHS down south in England and by 2 health boards in Scotland, also pausing the use of puberty blockers in the aftermath. The SNP government has been criticised for dodging the issue and saying that if it backs the findings of the review. However, Mr Harvey, a government minister and potentially dangerous man as far as children are concerned, potentially, allegedly, has no such qualms, claiming it was not a valid scientific document, even though it by any measurement is. Of course, you've got to remember Harvey hasn't got a single qualification, so he does not speak from any kind of position of authority. He is, and to put it bluntly, a fuckwit. Miss Thewliss MP for Glasgow Central squirmed when put on the spot during an interview with Good Morning Scotland this morning. Asked outright by Laura Maxwell if she accepted the findings of the Cass report, Miss Thewliss said, "I think the Cass report covers the healthcare service in England. I think the Scottish Government wants to look and see if there's any relevance for services in Scotland, and that's for them to do." That's her way of saying, please don't ask me the question. It's a very difficult question. I don't want to break down in tears. Because children are so different, aren't they? Biologically and mentally different in Scotland than they are in England. And of course, you know, being a ladyboy in Scotland is not the same as being mass sterilisation on an industrial scale in England, according to Harvey. Anyway, he said, what I've had in my inbox, I bet you've had very little in your inbox, love, is people who are deeply concerned about the implications of this review for trans health care. Although Cass report pointed out that 97.5% of the children going through this aren't trans. So it is therefore the mass abuse of children that she's trying to defend. Oh, Clueless really is a troublemaker. They're all basically saying they want to harm children by not standing there and saying, yes, we agree with Cass. Yes, we want to safeguard children. The moment the fact they cannot say they want to safeguard children is the moment they're admitting to be people who are a danger to children. That's the reality. Clueless was speaking against a backdrop of Scottish Greens considering their position in the Scottish Government, as well as the trans issue, the SNP ditching key climate targets, and also driven a wedge between the partners. Soon to be gone, we know. It's almost done. Harvey's comments about the Cass review have led to accusations he is a science denier and possible perv. Asked, well, we all know he's the deviant. He's not called the deviant imp for nothing, is he? Asked what she thought of that, Clueless took a long pause before saying it was for everybody to make up their own minds. Well, go on then, make up your mind. You make up your mind, Clueless. You tell us your mind. Don't look at Thomas Youssef to see what he told you to think. You tell us what your mind is. But she won't. She added, I don't believe this is part of the Bute House agreement. But it is. It absolutely is. The Greens have had their opinion on that. Other people have their opinion on that. We need to look at evidence. We need to support people within the system. Okay, everyone's got their opinion. What's your opinion, Clueless? Oh no, you don't have one. You have to wait until you're told what your opinion is. You dangerous, mad, extremist, child-endangering idiot. Coming up. That's the trouble. None of them have a mind of their own. None of them dare speak out, because if they express their own real opinions and it differs by 1% from the official line, they get castigated and have the whip removed. There's no individuality in the SNP. They're all mindless drones pushing their evil onto children, mainly. No wonder they signed up with the Greens. Anyway, I'll stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.